Alright guys, how's it going? Back with another episode. Sorry it's taken us a little bit over here. But on today's episode, guys, I know you guys, I've been talking about doing this video, so this video is not going to be a very long one. But here it is. It's my copy of the Necronomicon. This book was actually, everybody out there knows the history of it. The original two, from the original to the re-release. Those two, the second one I think was redone in Latin, or translated into Latin. But this book here is pretty much like that. It's not Latin, it's of course in English. Now a lot of you, a lot of people out there think that this is just a book, and stuff like that. I have a friend who's actually read this, and from front to back, and I asked him, I was like, so is this like, is this like the original? He's like, well, it's not the original, it's like how a Christian would look at the Bible, like the New International Version or the King James and stuff like that, those versions. He's like, it's kind of like that just being re-released, pretty much. I was like, so is this like some of the stuff in here legit? And he goes, yeah. He's like, if you actually, he said this right here is like a field guide to what the original book could do if you actually did it. He says simply by reading some of these things too in here, he's like, you got to be careful with it, because he says this book has actually everything you need to cross over into the planes out there and see these other beings, is what they are called. He said, but it's dangerous because they can actually come back with you unless you close the gate, and these things aren't going to be like what you would call a demon. He said these things would just kind of stay there and just do their thing, but literally drive you crazy. He said with this, there's a lot of stuff in here that is legit. So with this book, the reason why I have it is because I've always wanted a copy of it. Have I read from here? No. Has the curiosity gotten my attention? Yes. But I understand, I have enough respect for what this book can do if you put enough thought and focus into it. Even sometimes, strictly just even by, I think there's a part in here that talks about even whoever attempts to read from this book and try these incantations and stuff like that, you must take the utmost extreme precautions when doing so. But a lot of people say it's just paper. Now that is true, it is just paper, but let me show you guys some stuff here. Be very careful. They have the Magan text, or Magan. There's the Maclu text in here. See, like, here's some of the seal of the Westgate and the one type of Mandel of calling. Let's see how I can. There you go. See, so it's. My belief too is that this is just paper, but if you take something out of here and draw it and you focus on it and you recite the chants or the incantation spells, and you put enough focus and enough of your focus and enough of your energy and enough of your determination and thought process into that, do I think you could bring something forward or go out there? Yeah, anything is possible, guys. It's all about your willpower and your determination and your drive. Anything is possible to do so. Anybody out there can draw a symbol and chant something, but as long as you're putting your focus into that, and your willpower and all your heart and soul into it, I believe you could do anything. Anything's possible, guys. And I think that's kind of what this book is about too. It's about the testimony of the Mad Arab who's in this book. He went out into the wilderness, and evidently all he saw, he documented. It's like he says in here, this is the documentation of everything that I had saw and witnessed. So it's kind of like what he saw out there and witnessed, he documented in his testimony and into this book here. And that's reality for you. The point of this is that this book is, like my friend said, a crash course into going out there into these celestial planes and seeing these things and stuff like that, these beings, these gods or whatever, and stuff. So But that's the, like I say, guys, it's just my synopsis of this, my theory, and I do believe in this book. I really do. I believe that if you took something out of here and drew it and went through the steps that it walks, this book literally will walk you through how to do stuff. I mean, there's, like, we go to the guide here. This is to show you guys what's kind of in here. Charts, or chart and comparisons. There's banishings. The Necronomicon book itself. There's the introduction is huge. The book of entrance of the walking, the incantations of the gates, the conjuration of the fire god, the conjuration of the watcher, the Maklu text, the book of calling, the book of 50 names, the Magan text or Magan text, the Aurelia text. So I mean, there's like I just read from there. So and told you guys like what's in this book. But anyways, guys, I mean that's my little theory of this book here. One more time there. And here's another interesting note. It says in here, dedication on the 100th anniversary of the nativity of the poet Aleister Crowley. So that we all know who he is. And down here at the very bottom of the acknowledgments, the editor thanks all the publishers who brought this book back, and they were all. I mean, it's a pretty. Like it says, to Mr. L.K. Barnes, who dared to tempt the awesome wrath of the Ancient Ones, risking unspeakable eldritch horrors in supporting the publication of this arcane treatise. 6, to all those patient pagans and friends of the craft who waited and waited for the eventual publication of this tome, who bated breath, and something on the stove. 7th, and perhaps most importantly, to Herman Slater of the Magical Child Knee Warlock Shop, whose constant encouragement and eternal vetching was material to the completion of this work. And finally, to the demon Perdurabo, without whose help the presentation of this book would have been impossible. Blessed be. So there you have it, guys. Yeah. So, enough said with that. This episode's coming to an end. I have another episode to film today too, guys, which stay tuned for that one. I'm seriously thinking about setting that one up as a premiere that will be premiering Saturday. I might set it as a premiere, or I just may drop that one too, but I think I might do it as a premiere. But keep a lookout for that one, guys. And also, if you guys give this video 500 views and 100 likes, I will talk to my friend who told me a little bit about this book. I will sit down with him, and I will take notes about it, and I will break this book down and talk about each part of the book and what it does. So with that being said, guys, as we always say, stay spooky, stay blessed, and stay safe, and we'll see you on the other side.